So, you're an amateur cyclist, but you've got that competitive fire, right? You've probably dreamed of racing for a real-world title. Well, today, we are breaking down the exact roadmap to get you there. This is your guide to qualifying for the UCI Gran Fondo World Championships. I mean, just think about it for a second. The feeling of lining up, actually representing your country, going for the most coveted prize in all of cycling. You know, it might seem like this far-off, impossible dream, but for dedicated amateur riders like you, it is absolutely within reach. And this is what it is all about. The rainbow jersey. It's awarded to the world champion in each and every age group. And believe me, it is the ultimate symbol of achievement in the sport. So let's break down how you can earn the right to compete for your very own. Okay, so how do you get there? It's not as simple as just signing up online. You have to earn your spot. And there are three main ways you can punch your ticket to the World Championships. You can qualify through the Global Gran Fondo World Series, you can win your way in as a Masters National Champion, or you might get lucky and secure a special wildcard invitation. We're gonna break down each one, starting with the one most people take. Right, the most common path for riders all over the world is through the UCI Gran Fondo World Series. These are basically sanctioned qualifier races held across the globe, and they are specifically designed to be the main gateway to the championships. This right here is the number that matters most, 25%. To qualify at a World Series event, you have to finish in the top 25% of your age category. And here's a really important detail. That percentage is based on the number of people who start the race in your group, not the number of people who finish. That's a key distinction. But hey, even if you just missed that 25% cut, there is another way in. Get on the podium. The top 3 finishers in every age group automatically qualify, doesn't matter how big the field is. The one big catch for everyone though, you absolutely must finish the race to be eligible. No DNFs allowed. Now you're gonna wanna pay close attention to the type of qualifier you enter because it has a huge impact. Here's a little pro tip for you. If you qualify in a road race only event, that gets you a spot in both the World Championship road race and the time trial. Huge bonus. If the qualifier has both events, you qualify for them separately. And as you'd expect, a time trial only event just qualifies you for the time trial. Okay, so what if the World Series isn't your thing, or maybe there isn't an event near you? Don't worry. There are 2 other, and I'd say more exclusive, ways to earn your spot on that start line. The first one is probably the most prestigious. Win your Masters National Championship. If you are the current road race or time trial national champ, you get to bypass all the qualifiers and go straight to Worlds. The other route is to get a highly coveted wild card. These are super limited. The host nation gets to award 20 of them, and then a few others are reserved for federations in countries that don't have a qualifier event. So let's talk about who you're actually racing against. The competition is structured to be as fair and competitive as possible, and it's all broken down by very specific age groups. The racing starts with a combined 19 to 34 category, and then from age 35 and up, it's all broken down into 5-year increments. This structure is great because it means you're always competing against your peers, which makes for some incredibly intense and fair racing across the board. Now, listen up, because this is a critical detail. Your race age is not your age on the day of the event. No, it's how old you will be on December 31st of the championship year. So if you have a birthday late in the year that moves you up a category, you'll be racing in that older group for the whole season. You definitely have to plan for that. All right, before you dive into a serious training block, let's just cover the eligibility. The UCI has some very specific rules to make sure the competition stays fair and is truly for amateur athletes. So this series is for amateur and master's license holders. You are not eligible if you're on a UCI registered pro team or if you've scored any UCI points in the last 12 months. Also, if you've competed at the highest levels, we're talking the Olympics, World Cups, in the current year, you're out. This is really all about celebrating amateur sport. Now for the non-negotiables, the paperwork. You have to hold a valid annual license from your national federation, and that license must have your 11-digit UCI ID on it. And please be aware, one-day event licenses are not going to cut it. You need a full annual license to be eligible to even start. So let's just fast forward. You've raced your heart out, you nailed that top 25% finish, and congratulations, you've qualified for the World Championships. So what happens now? The final step is actually pretty straightforward. Just keep an eye on your inbox because you'll get an official email from the UCI inviting you to register. That email will have a special link to an online portal where you can go and confirm your spot for the big dance. And just to make that goal feel a little more real and a little more tangible, the 2025 UCI Gran Fondo World Championships are going to be held in Australia. That's a chance to race on one of the most stunning and iconic courses in the entire world. You know, at the end of the day, this is what it's all about. It's your chance to test yourself, to represent your country, and to compete on a global stage for the ultimate prize in amateur cycling. So for everyone out there chasing that dream, good luck and good health.